Hello, my name is Joi Misenti, and welcome to Daybreak, a web application that combines two interests, a new challenge with an old love, as it documents my first inaugural dozens of hours devoted to coding in Java, to record the nearly 1,000 hours I have put into the game Dead by Daylight. Daybreak was designed utilizing Java as the core programming language with a Spring Boot framework, Maven automation and dependencies management, libraries such as Lombok and Jackson, Spring components and modules for API and data access, and PostgreSQL to all create the backend ecosystem. For the front end, I implemented HTML, CSS, JavaScript, and a Bootstrap framework. The prioritized database schema model for this project implements 3 tables, starting with users, who will be greeted by a registration page here to input a username and password, which will be hashed and stored by Spring Security with bcrypt password encoder. Applying Bootstrap styling and formatting, the header features a carousel that welcomes you to the page and introduces the application's purpose. Successful registration redirects users to the login page, which reflects the previous page but mirrored, and links a video of the game's latest chapter expansion. The users table exerts a one-to-many database relationship to the second schema table, Loadouts. Once users log in, they are redirected to the homepage or dashboard, which performs a GET request to fetch and display all user-entered loadouts or builds. Dead by Daylight is an asymmetrical survival game where 4 survivors cooperate to evade 1 killer, essentially tag with a horror-themed aesthetic, and specific loadouts can enhance particular strategies or team roles within the game. In order to create loadouts, users must go to the basis of the third schema table implementation, where Loadouts has a many-to-many database relationship to perks. The perks page contains over 100 records of data that is converted from JSON with the Jackson library's object mapper class that deserializes JSON into Java objects and vice versa. The perks are preceded upon application startup with the command line runner tool, an interface provided by Spring Boot. From here, users can select 1 to 4 perks, just as they would in-game, which the page will prompt you to enter at least 1, no repeats, and no more than 4 to build individual loadouts. Once successfully submitted, loadouts are stored in the database with post mapping, and users are redirected to their home, where loadout records are fully enabled with CRUD functionality in a RESTful API design. To detail loadouts, you can initiate edit, which makes the fields clickable and thereby editable, and give the loadout a name, title, descriptor of the build, as well as elaborate on the user experience with notes, tips, or specialty of this particular build in gameplay. You can cancel or finalize with save, which submits a put request and updates the other loadout fields, as well as delete loadouts from the database. Ultimately, Daybreak serves to track any builds you have tried in-game, combinations you may have forgotten among 100+ perks, as well as highlight player experiences to enhance strategy and performance.